Good morning, everyone. Well, here's a little puzzle for you, and it's perhaps a question you've never thought of seriously before. Particularly if you're one of our younger members of church, you'll find it hard to conceive of generations coming after you. But here's a question: what do you hope to pass on to the next generation? Maybe you would think about that question in terms of biology. Perhaps as parents or grandparents, you want to pass on certain physical traits and perhaps really not want to pass on others. Perhaps you want to pass on a particular personality type, a certain go-getterness or a certain disposition that you found to be very helpful in your life, and you'd love for your family members to have those same attributes. Perhaps it's something you've achieved or something you've acquired, perhaps resources that you've stewarded quite well and you'd like to pass on and hope they don't squander. I guess what we want to pass on to the next generation tells us something about how we value things. Lots of people at the moment want to pass on a world that's not completely burned up. There's a lot of conversation about our children and grandchildren inheriting a world that is still inhabitable and beautiful and full of wonderful things. And that seems to motivate a lot of people into eco-activism, doesn't it? What we value is often reflected in what it is we want to pass on. So I wonder, what do you think is most precious? What do you think we should be trying really hard to pass on to the next generation? We're going to see a little bit in our passage this morning that Hezekiah wasn't entirely concerned with what he passed on to subsequent generations, to the detriment of God's people. But the question still stands: what do we think is important? What do we want to pass to those that follow us? I'll talk to you again soon.